In this video, we're going to be talking about natal sun in Pisces in the 11th house and what this placement means for you if you have it in your birth chart. So if you have this placement in your natal chart, you're in the right place. And with that being said, what does the sun represent in astrology? The sun rules Leo, which is the fixed fire sign. Fixed signs are constant. It's a constant way of being. And fire signs are about action. So Leo, the fixed fire sign, is about a constant way of acting. And that's why the sun represents our ego. And that's why Leo is about ego. And the sun represents a constant way that we tend to act. And that's why it comes across to others as our personality. And it's the way that our actions come across to others. And it's what motivates our actions, or how we want to be seen in the world, how we shine in the world, and the value that we feel we have to others. And the 11th house is about groups. It's about the collective, and it's about the things that we're a part of. It rules things such as our individuality, and it rules things such as our friend groups, because our individuality is very related to the people we associate with, and our individuality determines our friends. And the 11th house is also about unique interests. It's about niche things. It's about networks, and it rules things such as the internet and how we connect to others. So also, Pisces, the other sign in this placement, Pisces is about adaptability. It's a mutable water sign. And it's all about creativity. But generally speaking, people that have the sun in Pisces, they have an adaptable quality to their personality or to their ego. And they tend to adapt themselves depending on the people that they are around and to the psychology of others or the values of others. And they're very good at projecting an image. And oftentimes that's how their personality is. It's just an image that they're projecting, but beneath the surface, because Pisces rules waves and it rules the ocean, it rules the surface. Beneath the surface of the person, there's more depth, or there's more variety to their personality than what they portray. And a lot of times, these individuals, they like to be in solitude, because that's where they feel most at ease, and that's where they can pursue their creativity and their personal interests. Because Pisces is about isolation and solitude. But I digress. In this case, we're going to talk about it in the 11th house. And so this trait of adaptability applies to your associations, or to your group, or to the things that you're a part of. So when the sun is in Pisces in the 11th house, it shows somebody that adapts themselves to the things that they are a part of. And the most important thing for them is they feel like their value to others is if they can be a resource to others. Now, some of your talents that you have when you have this placement is that you are creative, and you're also very logical, or practical. So you're able to invent things, create things, and you have a very active imagination, because Pisces is about the imagination, or the subconscious. It's also about spirituality. And the 11th house is about inventions, or it's about logic that explains things. So people that have the sun in the 11th house, they have a lot of intelligence. So in your case, there's a lot of creative logic, or a lot of creative forms of logic that you have going on in your imagination, and you're a very inventive person. And since the sun shows our career, and the 11th house shows our associations, or it can show our colleagues or our peers, part of your work could be utilizing creative forms of logic, or you could have a creative career that utilizes technology, because the 11th house is about technology and the internet. So this could be using creative softwares. This could be graphic designers. Like, these are just people though that have creative forms of logic in a general sense. So these can even be people that make technology as well, and they have to invent things as part of their career. But one of your talents, because the sun shows talents, is creative technology. And in terms of your value to others, how you feel that you shine in the world, or how you feel important, is that you feel like you need to adapt yourself to the things that you're a part of, or the associations or the network that you are in, and you like to be a resource to others. And the reason why is because the sign that has the 11th house in Pisces is Taurus, which is the sign of value and resources and material things. So a lot of you guys could have the ascendant in Taurus, but some of you guys could have the ascendant in Aries, and a few of you guys could have it in Gemini. But for the most part, Taurus is about being a resource to others, or being of value, having talents. So another thing about this placement is it shows that you are a talented person in some sense, especially in terms of your intelligence and your creativity. You're able to turn your imagination into something practical, which not all people can actually do. A lot of people have this ability to imagine things, kind of like, cartoons or like things going on in their mind, but they don't know how to make it into a reality. But with the 11th house combination, you're able to turn your creativity into a logical plan. So I would definitely use that strength to your advantage. Also, it shows people when they have this placement that are visually, aesthetically gifted, or they have an uncannily ability to make things happen. And also, on a side note, since the 11th house shows friend groups, and the sign Pisces is about adaptability, it shows somebody that gets along well with groups and harmonizes well with friends, and they like to be a resource to their network, like I was talking about. So they like to have talents that people can call upon them to do their job, and they often adapt themselves to the requirements or their needs of other people. And they want to be that, especially when it comes to their colleagues and to their professional lives. And the reason why is because when you have the 11th house in Pisces, you naturally have the sign Aquarius in your 10th house. Aquarius is the sign of the 11th house. So there's a connection with creativity and your career as well, or adaptability and your career, or also your friends and your career. A lot of times your friends or your extracurricular peers are colleagues or people that you meet in the workplace. So anyways, that sums up what I wanted to talk about in a general sense for this placement. If you'd like a more what's the word for that? Complementary, or not complementary. I can't think of the word. Comprehensive natal chart reading. The link is in the description to my Patreon for that. And I also have an email in my description if you have any questions or specific inquiries. So if that interests you, definitely check those out. And other than that, I appreciate you guys watching and supporting in any way that you do. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more content. And I will talk to you guys sometime soon in another video. Peace.